You are watching the 5th Annual ESC Regatta.
We're back at the 5th Annual ESC Regatta. Welcome to E-Class Sloop Sailing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boats on the water. Riptide, Mako, Lady Kayla, Lady L, One Bahamas, Wave Maker, and Panther. Miss Agnes did not make the race, and Sweet Lemon has not made the race, but we are away with our first series in the E-Class. We had to go up under Crab Key. The weather was just a little too risky out in the harbor. So we're doing a nice long upwind race under the protection of Crab Key where the waves are much more manageable and the wind is much easier to deal with. So let's see what happens. The favorites are going to be One Bahamas, who tied for first in the E-Class Championship last year in April. She's always a top competitor. Lady Kayla is always going to be up in the mix. We got the new Wave Maker. This is the Old Brothers 2 with a new paint job. Let's see if No Sean can do something out here today. We got Clay Ron with Lady L. We haven't seen Lady L in action very much recently. Let's see if she can keep up. And we got Emmett on Mako. You know he's going to be up in there. And then we've got Keanu on Riptide and Adron on Panther. So let's see who is going to come out on top. Right now we got One Bahamas in the lead. Tanaj is on the weather of Kayla. And he is doing a good job keeping that boat moving and on the wind. One Bahamas is always a tough boat in heavy wind. So let's see if they can keep up. We're going to the windward mark twice. We're going to go up to the windward mark, come back down here to the start, and then finish at the windward mark. So we'll be checking back in with you along the way. Enjoy the race. This is the first series race of the E-Class. This is also doubling as the ocean race from yesterday, which we had to cancel because of the weather. So this will be a standalone trophy, but it will also count for points towards the overall series winner. So enjoy the race. Back in the action right now, looking at the bird's eye view of the race course. On starboard in the red boat is One Bahamas, and on port in the white boat is Lady Kayla. Those seem to be your two leaders right now. One Bahamas is going to be ahead of Lady Kayla. Okay, here we go with One Bahamas Bahamas tacking right now ahead of Lady Kayla. So there's the distance between your lead boat on the left end of your screen, One Bahamas, and the second place boat, Lady Kayla. That's a decent gap, but we have a fairly long course. They're not to the windward mark yet, so there's plenty of space to catch up. Wavemaker has gone windward of both of them intact. So we have 3 boats on port tack right now trying to get closer into February Point, where there's going to be a little bit of a right shift, see if they can take advantage of that all the way to the windward mark. They are going to be leaving the windward mark on starboard because there's a bend in the wind up here and we don't want them to dive around the mark. So we're going to have them going around on starboard, which is not normal, but it's the safer way to do it today. So we have a good lead from One Bahamas right now. Tanaj is continuing to sail very well today. Joss is in second, and Lady Kayla, number 17, he had some trouble with his mast yesterday. Luckily we didn't do any races, so we didn't lose anything. But let's see what could happen between these guys right up here at the front. We've got Wavemaker, Kayla, and One Bahamas pretty close. And we are getting close to the windward mark. It's going to tell us a whole lot about who's in front. Here we are at the windward mark. We have One Bahamas with a pretty commanding lead. They're going to go around on starboard and they're going to start heading downwind. Second place is going to be close between Lady Kayla and Wavemaker. Wavemaker's currently carrying a penalty for a port starboard altercation a little earlier, so they'll have to have a really good finish. But Tanaj is sailing extremely well. Looks like he's carrying some of the mojo over from Sunfish into the sloops. So far so good for One Bahamas. Great start. So now we have Lady Kayla tacking for the mark. And we have Wavemaker coming on starboard. So starboard will have right of way. But Wavemaker will have to tack again at the mark. It's going to be a close one. They'll probably be around slightly ahead of Lady Kayla. So here comes Wavemaker on the left end of your screen. Kayla approaching from the top. And Wavemaker is going to be ahead in second place at the windward mark. And Lady Kayla will be in third. And it looks like fourth is probably going to be either Riptide or Mako. So there is the tack at the mark, nice and clean. Plenty of space. Give the mark plenty of space. Give your competitors plenty of space. That's a good way to round the mark. So Wavemaker is around in second. No Sean and Dahi sailing very well. And here comes Joss and Keyshawn in third. And that's how they're stacking up. Everyone's after number one, the red boat, One Bahamas. They are about a third of the way to the downwind mark already. So let's see if anyone can close the gap. Here we have on the left end of your screen is Mako, the dark blue boat. They're going across Riptide, the green boat. So that's Emmett and Mako just crossed over Keanu and Riptide. So that's going to be close again at the windward mark because now they both have to tack again, and Keanu will have starboard when they're approaching the mark. So we'll see what happens there. And then behind them is Lady L and Panther. And we've also got Sweet Lemon on the course now. They're late, but they're on the course, and they're actually sailing up to the mark now. Go back. So now we got Mako as tacked for the mark, and we got Riptide coming up on starboard. So now the right-of-way is switched. The green boat on the left end of your screen now has right-of-way over the blue boat. And Mako didn't go far enough, so they got to tack again anyway. So Mako might as well have tacked. And now Riptide is going to be around the mark ahead of them.
Watching, boys. Come on.
All right, here we are. After the downwind, Tanaj has increased his lead. And so here goes Kayla and Wavemaker they're gonna duke it out for second place. That's gonna be a close race. I expect Lady Kayla, which is the boat behind, to tack pretty soon. And let's see who can make it back up to the finish. We're gonna be finishing at the windward mark.
We're gonna lose this boat, guys. We need this boat. We need to get him some sail down.
Barring some sort of mishap on one Bahamas, they're gonna have this one wrapped up. And the fight will now be for second place. All right, here we go. We got some action at the downwind mark. We got Mako with a slight lead over Riptide, and Lady L is coming in from the side. Everybody should be clear. Mako is going to go around just ahead. They're starting to get some wind shadow from Riptide right now. And so Mako is going to go around and leave that buoy on port and start heading back upwind, see if they can hold off Riptide. Keanu had a pretty wide rounding. He probably could have actually gone on the inside. And there, Lady L took advantage of that low rounding. Pretty sloppy from Riptide, so now Lady L's gotten on top of him. It's good to see Adron up in the mix, and He's right behind him. It's a good race for them. But we're going to start heading to the finish and set the buoys up for one Bahamas and get his cannon ready.
You are watching the 5th Annual ESC Regatta.
You just watched One Bahamas take the first race in the E-Class. This is the Ocean race plus the Series race, so double victory for them. That's Wavemaker at the top of your screen. He's going to be tacking for the finish in just a second, so he's going to be second, and Kayla is going to be third, and then it's going to be close between Mako and Riptide. They've been kind of fighting it out all race. But it's a great race for Noshan and Dai and Wavemaker. The boat is sailing very, very well. They're going to take second place in the first Series race and the Ocean race, and Lady Kayla is going to take third. So a good start. The guys handled the boats very well in these conditions. It was choppy, it was breezy, and everybody's still floating, so we're happy. So here we have Noshan and Wavemaker coming to the finish. They're going to take second. That would be second in the Ocean race and second in the first Series race. So good start for them. Unfortunately, they are carrying a 2-point penalty because they ran into Lady Kayla while they were on port. But besides that, it was a very clean race and a great start for them. So we look forward to the next one. We're going to go right into the second race and get 2 out right now, so we only got to do 1 tomorrow, and we can do the parent race tomorrow. So he's about to tack to make sure he can make it through the finish. He's got plenty of time. There's nobody behind him. 1 more tack. Here it comes. And he is all good. Second place for Wavemaker. So a great race for Noshan. Good start to the series. Coming through the line is Lady Kayla. Is going to take third place. Third place in the Chat and Chill Ocean race and the first series race. So a good start for Lady Kayla. Well ahead of the next boat. Let's see if they can put something together for the next race. But Joss and Keyshawn still know how to do it. Good finish for them. Okay, on your screen, on the far left, you got Mako, and then to windward of Mako, fighting for fourth place is Sweet Lemon and Lady L. So a heck of a second lap for Lady L. And Sweet Lemon, who started about 5 minutes behind everybody because they were late to the race, has caught all the way up and may end up in fourth or fifth place. That's pretty incredible. And then you can see Mako right there is going to attack for the finish any second now. They're just going across Riptide. It's been close between the two of them all regatta. He's going to attack right in front of Riptide. And now it's going to be a race for the finish between about 3 boats, and Sweet Lemon is going to be close, coming right to the finish. Mako is calling starboard, but to no avail. It does not matter. Lady L is ahead, and they're going to attack.
Push up, push up, push up.
All right, we got Lemon, Mako. Of course, he's got an adult on there. And then 5th is Lady L, 6 is Riptide.
Phenomenal. I know that the sailing club is celebrating 10 years this year. 2013 to 2023 it is already. And 5 years of the Exuma Sailing Club, their regatta. And so it's a fabulous thing that they're doing for the community, giving the children some direction and learning a sport that they can use in their lives forever.
Today is the day when we feel as though we need to give back, and we are happy that Dallas has started the club, because the club now is the glue for young kids to develop. My son is in school in the States because this club helped him to develop his maturity and organization.
Exuma Sailing Club Regatta has given me the opportunity to continue to grow as a sailor. Each regatta, for each year that I've been in it, I've gotten to sail against all of my peers in fierce competition, and it helped me continue to grow as a sailor and see the opportunity that sailing will be able to give me in the future. And some of my core memories and some of the best times that I've ever had have been at the ESC Regatta, sailing against Alvin and E-Class and Sunfish, and sailing against Fonte and and Sunfish constantly. Like, those chances to battle against some of my peers were what helped me be able to keep growing as a sailor.
Oh my gosh, we love you so much. We don't know, like, I can't imagine this community without you guys. You make such a difference, and we thank you from the bottom of our heart. We will continue to support the Exuma Sailing Club and the sailing community here because it's essential for what we do and for the kids to learn swimming and sailing is an amazing thing. And thank you.
My name is Dahi Major of the Exuma Sailing Club. This morning, we're just rigging up our boats and getting ready to go in the water. We sail up to the government dock. The first rate starts at around 10. We get the skipper's meeting at 9. And then after that, we sail 4 races today. We move on to sloops. I'm inviting everybody on the island of Exuma to come check out the Exuma Sailing Club and watch the races today.
Dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come
Race number 1 is in the books. Here's the results. 1 Bahamas in first. 2nd, Wave Maker. 3rd, Lady Kayla. 4th, Mako. 5th, Lady L. 6th, Riptide. And Panther was in 7th place. Sweet Lemon did finish up in the mix. Unfortunately, there was a grown-up on board. So good practice for them. But we're going to try to see if maybe the next one can count. We want to thank Realty with T for her sponsorship and her support of the Sailing Club. Miss Tanya Manos, you need any of your real estate needs taken care of, any of your property management needs, she is the one to call. She is a professional, and she'll take care of you. And, of course, we can't forget our buddy Mike, who was a part of the Sailing Club for a long time, and now he's crushing it in the rowing industry. He's world-renowned. Exuma and his club is known around the world for their tenacity on the race course in the beach sprints. And of course our friends at Chat and Chill, KB and Kwanzaa, thanks for a great night last night over at the Chat and Chill with our fundraiser with the cruisers. You guys are our biggest supporter. You built Mako for us. Delano's off at school. We thank you so much for everything you have done for the club, and we truly appreciate you. And we want to thank our friend Doug Rowe. And if you need to go out and catch a big marlin or a mahi-mahi or a tuna, he is the one to call. Okay, so we have our boats. We're lined up at anchor. Why are we doing it like this? Why don't we start like they did the Sunfish earlier?
Okay, this is a traditional Bahamian start. It differs in that we anchor up. We have the two lines. We have the committee boat, and the pin is out there. We line up between that, drop the anchor up here, drop down, and form a line. Your nose can't be beyond the line drawn between your two marks. Okay? And then we start by a warning gun, then a start gun. You pull on the anchor, you get to a point that we say you cant the boat, which means you put the boat on starboard. Most of the boats here will go to starboard. The boat on the committee boat and can go to port if it wants. It's the only boat that can do that. All the others must go to starboard. So everybody's starting on starboard. So you pull on the anchors, sail those up on the start gun, and away we go.
Okay.
That is the major difference. The only major difference between international and what we do.
So I can imagine that gets pretty chaotic when the fleet gets pretty big.
Oh, it gets absolutely chaotic.
And what about if boats bump into each other at the start? Any penalties?
No penalties on the start.
Now what if somebody goes on port and runs into the whole fleet?
If you go on port from the wrong place, then you are going to get disqualified. If I'm running a race, you're disqualified because you know you're supposed to be on starboard. Only boat on that line that can go to port.
Okay, only that on the committee end of the line, he can go port if he wants. Otherwise, you got to go on starboard.
He has the option.
So you basically just want to get out of here alive, is what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Now, once you're off the line on starboard, you could tack. You could tack 10 both lengths or 2, but as soon as you clear, you can tack and go back.
Yeah.
But coming off the line, everybody from the committee boat that way goes to starboard.
Okay, that makes sense. So we got them lined up. We got Panther on the far end, there on the pin end of the line. We got Riptide right there, number 5. And we've got Sweet Lemon, Lady L, Mako, One Bahamas, Lady Kayla, and Wave Maker. They are lining up for race number 2 in the E-Class series. They're only doing 3 races total, so every race counts. You cannot throw out any scores. So they don't have a lot of room for mistakes, right?
Not a lot. And I want to just mention that we're in an historic part of the Elizabeth Harbor right now. You don't see this in Regatta very often. I think we're the only people that race up in this area. And right behind us, if the boat turns around, you see February Point. And February Point is where one of the first winter residents came. The first winter resident, Van Cappenheimer, built on February Point.
Okay, cool.
That's the first. That's what you're looking at over there. It's now a huge development. And then, of course, back here, William Bethel Key stalking out in the background. Roll Key over here. This is one of the more scenic locations within Elizabeth.
Now you remember back in April when we had the E-Class Championship here, it was blowing like this, and we had to come up under here and sell the E-Class races. And how did the guys from Exuma do? Because they're used to this. Whenever it's windy, we come up under Crab Key. They're familiar and comfortable up under here. So this is just another day. They didn't do so great. All right, so we got to remind them every once in a while who belongs in Elizabeth Harbor, right? Okay.
This is home ground. This is home ground.
This is home ground, home turf. We got to defend it.
Home turf.
So we're going to fire off race number 2 right now, and we're going to let these boys do their thing. All right, so enjoy the show. And they're off. Race number 2. Clean start. All of our sails are up. Great start from everybody. All right. Right in the front, red boat, One Bahamas. Right behind them, white boat, Lady Kayla. Right behind Lady Kayla, blue boat, Wave Maker. Those are your 3 finishers, the top 3 finishers for race number 1. And I am getting in the way. Let me get out of the way here. So what's happening now is One Bahamas is giving Lady Kayla some bad air, but Lady Kayla can't really tack because Wavemaker is very close. So if they tack, they're going to have trouble with Wavemaker, so they just got to kind of sit there and take it from One Bahamas. The only thing he could do is pull down and try to get some separation, which it looks like he's doing, to try to get a little bit of his speed back. Behind them, we have Lady L and Riptide just tacked back onto port, and Mako tacked back onto port a little while ago. So we got 2 boats going towards February Point, and now Wavemaker's tacked. So I expect Kayla will probably tack pretty soon now that they're clear. And it'll be another race between these top 3 boats, I would imagine. Nothing much has changed.
This is a great move right here. Down, we got Claire. Let's see if he uses it.
All right, so Reg likes the move by Wavemaker. Doesn't make sense to follow people, especially if you're getting into bad air. So Wavemaker is going to go off on port. He's going to get closer into shore.
But he needs to say he should tack now.
And so he doesn't want to get too far away. If he gets too far away, something could happen. So we'll see what happens. Kayla is sticking with One Bahamas. He's pulling down for speed. All right, One Bahamas is going to blink first and tack away. So let's see what happens. Let's see what Joss does. And let's see how long he continues on starboard before he tacks back as well. We got Mako stretching out on port towards February Point as well. Riptide is right behind Wavemaker on port. So the competition is close. Everyone is sailing very, very well. We like when the fleet is close. It makes for exciting racing and it shows us that the talent lies with the skippers, and that's the way we want it in the E-Class.
You are watching the 5th Annual ESC Regatta.
Huh?
All right, it's not on repeat. This is race number 2, but it's One Bahamas again around the mark with a commanding lead. We've got Kayla and Wavemaker going to be very close. Wavemaker will have starboard coming around the mark, so they will probably be able to clear Lady Kayla. Lady Kayla gave them a lot of space. They're going to stay nice and high. Lady Kayla is across. Wavemaker's going to tack underneath.
Don't hit the marker now. Stay up there.
All right, so it's almost a carbon copy of the first race.
Sean, you gotta come down now.
All right, Wavemaker is around the mark. Now they got to bear weight, which they're doing. So it's neck and neck again between Wavemaker and Kayla at the windward mark. Now they're going to go downwind. Approaching the windward mark now is Riptide and Lady L. They're going to be kind of close. All right, so we got Lady L on one side of these two, and then Riptide is going to be coming on the other side. And Riptide is coming straight to the mark with a whole lot of speed. So they're going to be in 4th place. Mako is a little further up, but has not been able to hold on to her wind very well, so we'll most likely have to tack again. But Keanu and Lando are doing very well in this race. They're in 4th place. They have a pretty decent lead, actually, over Lady L. So they're going to come right to the mark, and they're going to tack around, hopefully clean without touching the mark. If you touch the mark, you lose points. So you don't want to do that. Not like the Sunfish where you could do a penalty turn and get rid of your penalty. So here we go. They're around, and he's going to push the tiller over and tack. The handling on that boat has improved greatly. They're still very new to that boat, and so they're doing pretty well handling that boat. Behind them we've got Lady L and Mako. Mako is going to have to tack again, which she's going to do right now. Get that tack out of the way. So Lady L is going to be ahead of Mako, and then we have Panther in the background bringing up the rear right now. And at the front of the pack, once again, everyone's chasing number 1, One Bahamas. Kayla and Wavemaker are neck and neck on the downwind. So we're going to see how things shake up on lap number 2. Okay, here we are. We're back on the final leg now. One Bahamas is thinking about what he's having for dinner and where he's going to put all his trophies, because he ain't got no other cares in the world right now. He's a mile ahead, sailing for the finish. The race is between Wavemaker and Lady Kayla. They are neck and neck. They have been neck and neck the whole upwind, the whole downwind. And now we're going to see some close crosses between these two guys. And let's see who can come out on top. Wavemaker got the first race. Let's see if he can pull out another one. Around the mark next was Riptide, followed by Lady L, followed by Mako, and Panther has fallen way back and has just played it safe. So it's One Bahamas out in front again. Well, another phenomenal race, and we've got a duel going on between Lady Kayla and Wavemaker now. We're going to try to keep you updated on how that's going. Okay, here's our first cross between Kayla and Wavemaker. Wavemaker is on the left, heading towards February Point. Kayla's on the right. The first cross is going to go to Lady Kayla. But the duel continues. They've got a ways to go. There's shifts, there's puffs, there's all kind of things that could change the race in an instant. Let's see who takes advantage of it, who sees it, who gets lucky. You never know. Sailing is a complicated sport. You could do everything right. Wind doesn't go in your direction, you lose a huge lead. So it's not over till it's over. These boys are going to keep a close eye on each other. I can guarantee for the rest of this leg, Joss and Noshawn are going to know where each other are the entire time. They're not going to let the other boat get too far away before they tack back and try to close the gap. So let's watch them do it all the way to the finish. But One Bahamas has it well in hand, and we're going to see who's going to be in second place at the end of the day.
Hey mama, hey grandpa, they coming from far. They coming from America and Canada. Hear me? Hey mama, hey grandpa, they coming from far. They coming from America and Canada. Inviting you down to my hometown. This sure is sure, oh when they come down. Smiling faces over here. This welcome awaits you. Oh, when you get here, you hear them. Oh no, we didn't know. Say, someone sweet like this. Oh no, we didn't know. Like someone sweet like that. Oh no, we didn't know sex so much sweet like this. Oh no, we didn't know it's so much sweet like that. Some of it's made up with his main line and keys, and still all these, there's no place like these. Southeast winds are blowing down Elizabeth Harbor. Oh, levy-go, levy-do, the ling-a-ling. Oh no, we didn't know sex so much sweet like this. Oh no, we didn't know it's so much sweet like that. Oh no, we didn't know sex so much sweet like this. Oh no, we didn't know it's so much sweet like that. It's always made up this mainline and keys, and still all these, there's no place like these. Southeast winds are blowing down Elizabeth Harbor. Oh, levy-go, levy-do, the ling-a-ling. You hear them? Oh no, we didn't know sex so much sweet like this. Oh no, we didn't know it's so much sweet like that. Oh no, we didn't know sex so much sweet like this. Oh no, we didn't know it's so much sweet like that. Inviting you down to my hometown. This year is sure. Oh, when you come down. Oh no, we didn't know sex so much sweet like this. Oh no, we didn't know it's so much sweet like that. Summer is made up with his mainline and keys, and still all these, there's no place like these. You've been here 3 times, you're coming again. Oh, 'cause we don't know, say you find a friend. We hear them, oh no, we another sweet song coming our way. Another sweet song on the radio. Another sweet song coming out of Exxon. Oh, 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 it's on the radio. Like that boom. Oh, bum, 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 bum. Like that boom, bum, bum, bum. Oh, bum, 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 bum. Another sweet song coming our way. Another sweet song on the radio. Another sweet song coming out of Exxon. Oh, 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 it's on the radio. Even though Albert said his music is sweet, I mean, it's got a good beat. Don't worry about Rolly, I'll be doing fine. I can be out there sailing in the wind. I can be right there when the waves come